You needed to hear this. You're not unlucky. You just got used to expecting less. Pause for a second and really sit with that. Because most people go their entire lives thinking something outside of them is deciding their reality, when in truth, it started way earlier than they think. From the minute you were born, you were observing, absorbing, learning, not just how to walk or talk, but how to expect. You learned what love looks like. You learned what effort feels like. You learned what's normal for you. And slowly, without even realizing it, you built assumptions about life, that things are hard, that love is complicated, that you have to struggle to earn anything good, that good things don't last, that you shouldn't expect too much. And the most dangerous part? You stopped questioning it. You started calling it reality. But what if I told you that what you call reality is just a reflection of what you've been assuming all along? People love to argue about it. They call it the law of attraction, the law of assumption, mindset, energy. It doesn't matter what you call it. It's happening anyway, every single day. Every time you expect something to go wrong, every time you think this is too good to be true, every time you assume someone will leave, every time you feel like something is not for you, you are unconsciously choosing a version of reality. And life reflects it back. Not because you're being punished, not because you're not good enough, but because your mind is wired to prove you right. Always. If you believe things are hard, you'll notice every obstacle. If you believe people disappoint you, you'll notice every inconsistency. If you believe you're not chosen, you'll notice every moment you're overlooked. And slowly, that belief becomes your evidence. And that evidence becomes your identity. And your identity becomes your life. So no, you're not unlucky. You've just been loyal to a version of yourself that was created without your permission. But here's the part people don't always tell you. You can change it, not overnight. Not by pretending everything is perfect, not by forcing fake positivity, but by becoming aware of what you expect, because your expectations are quiet. They don't scream. They don't announce themselves. They whisper in the way you react, in the thoughts you repeat, in the things you just know will happen. That's where your power is, not in controlling everything outside of you, but in gently shifting what's happening inside of you. Because the moment you start expecting differently, you start noticing differently. And when you notice differently, you respond differently. And when you respond differently, your life slowly starts to change. It's subtle at first. You stop assuming the worst. You stop overanalyzing everything. You stop chasing things that feel forced. You start allowing. You start trusting. You start thinking, what if this actually works out for me? And that question alone can change everything. Because now, your mind is no longer looking for proof that life is hard. It's looking for proof that things can flow, that things can align, that things can happen in your favor. And the truth is, they always have. You just didn't notice because you were too focused on confirming the opposite. So let me ask you something. What are you expecting without realizing it? Are you expecting to be chosen? Or are you expecting to be overlooked? Are you expecting things to work out? Or are you bracing for disappointment? Are you expecting ease? Or are you preparing for struggle? Be honest, because your life is answering that question every single day. And this isn't about blaming yourself. You didn't choose your conditioning, but you can choose what you keep repeating. You can choose what you entertain. You can choose what you normalize. You can choose what you expect. And the more you choose differently, the less power your old patterns have. Until one day, you realize something shifted. You feel calmer. You feel more certain. You're not forcing things anymore, and somehow, life starts meeting you there. Opportunities feel natural. Connections feel easy. Things fall into place in ways you can't fully explain. And it doesn't feel like luck. It feels normal. That's when you know You didn't just change your circumstances, you changed your assumptions, and your assumptions create your reality. So no, you're not stuck. You're just used to a version of life that was never meant to be permanent. And the moment you decide that things get to be easier, that you get to be chosen, that life can actually support you, everything starts rearranging itself to match that. Not instantly, but inevitably. So if no one told you this before, let this be the moment you hear it. You don't need to chase a different life. You need to expect a different one. Because the version of you who already has what you want thinks differently, feels differently, assumes differently. And that version of you is already within you, waiting, not for the perfect moment, not for permission, waiting for you to decide. Because the shift doesn't happen when everything changes. It happens when you stop agreeing with the version of yourself that expects less. It might feel unfamiliar at first, to expect more, to not assume the worst. But that voice telling you, be realistic, isn't truth, it's repetition. And just like you learned it, you can choose differently, gently. You don't have to force belief. Just stop automatically agreeing with what no longer serves you. Ask yourself, what if things could work out for me? And slowly, let that feel a little more natural. Because small shifts create space. And in that space, something new begins. Something softer, something better, something that actually supports you. And before you even realize it, you start feeling different. Like things are finally moving with you, not against you. And one day, you'll look around and notice things really did change, and it won't feel surprising. It will feel right, like this was always meant for you.